Okay. Hey everyone. Nick back with I think this is week 6. So I, I keep recording these the week later. So I'm not gonna spoil the 5K race that happened yesterday. Because technically I just haven't written my stuff in for yesterday and today. Um, but we're talking about week 6. And as you can see, little spoiler alert, we're at 130. Um, so 130K, up from 100. We're feeling like we're starting to hit our stride. Um, so let's just get into it. Honestly, I totally forgot why I wrote this, but what I've been somewhat doing is not doing my like runs in the afternoon, especially if I'm a little bit tired. Um, so the day before workout. Uh, so what I did here was well, let's just get into our Tuesday first workout. So this was the morning workout. This is in my little route, which is not that much elevation. It says 31 meters of actually, it might be 31. Anyways, let's just get into it. So first, we just do 5 minutes at whatever pace we're feeling like. Usually, it's a little bit of a tempo, just like a warm up. So as you might know, we're trying to get our since we're doubling, we're only doing threshold. Our warm ups are trying to be pretty quick, so that we're not just damaging the body too much. I could go a little bit longer. Still trying to find that sweet spot. I'm actually kind of enjoying 5 minutes, but the first one is always like a little bit. The the first or sorry, like the first rep is always like a little bit like slow, I would say. Although this wasn't even like that bad. So these were 6 minutes. So we did 321 pace, 19 pace, 19 pace, and 16 pace. And these felt all very solid. I mean, what did I say? Let's just check what I said. Da, 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 da. 9. Yeah, I mean, it's great workout. 5 minute warm up at 353 pace. Felt very smooth. Um, yeah, and actually, I might have even run a little bit too hard. The off pace, also, when you look at what I was running for the in between, these were probably just like too fast. So, like 404 and 410. I mean, I felt like good, but I rated this a 9 out of 10. I thought this was an amazing workout. And then the one in the evening, I did on the track. I did K repeats. And actually, this, if I remember, was actually pretty hard. So at first I did 200 meter jog. And I was trying to do these in roughly 50 seconds. Although I wasn't like sweating it or anything. It wasn't that big of a deal. And my time is like 320, 320, 22, 24, 23. And I think on which one was it? Yeah, it was on this one. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Where I just I couldn't jog these like for 200 meters. So instead, I chose to just stop. And it's made me question a little bit if I should be running or not during these thresholds, during the, not during the thresholds, but like during the rest. Because my hypothesis is that I actually shouldn't be running. Um, so I'm gonna play around this next week without jogging during the rest, and see how that goes for me. So that's gonna be the new hypothesis for this upcoming week. Um, yeah. So I was also wearing different shoes. So I bought the Hoka Mach X from my friend who works at a store, and I got a very very nice deal. My friend did not have to do that, I didn't ask him, and he just did it. So shout out to Lucas Zanetti, great job for getting me these off. But the thing is, okay, little problem is that they're not as good as the Takumi Sen's 9 Adidas that I was wearing for my other workout. But these ones have more of a cushion. They have like a nylon plate. Uh, and they're comfy and they're good. They're just not as good as the Takumi Sens, which isn't as good as like, spikes or like whatever. So I think that's partially why these were going a little bit slower. But also I think yeah, I think I just like overdid it from like the morning as well. So I was like sitting in a car all day, so just yeah. These next two runs, I don't think there's anything too remarkable about them. Let me just like open them up. Heart rate. One thing that I'm noticing recently, these past, especially this week, so not week 6, but week 7, which we haven't talked about. We're going to talk about in the next video. My heart rate's coming down back to what it was before. And yeah, and sorry, coming down, like being low heart rate. But these next 2 days, they were good, and so this is what I'm talking about. So this Friday run, is technically, because I did at 12:02 a.m., it's technically part of Thursday, or well, it's technically part of Friday, but it was my Thursday second run. And then here we see that on the Friday, we only did 1 run, and with that, we this is what I was saying when I meant like I'm not doubling like the day before. Who knows if I'll continue to do that, but just for this weekend, often I'll take the evening one off if I feel like I need it. But let's go into. Oh, I should label this a workout. I should also label this. Okay, I'll try to do this all later, but let's get into this one. So this was a not so great workout. I labeled it a 5.5. I said I went out way too hard early and had to adjust dramatically. It was tough. Didn't think the legs were in it. Not well hydrated, etc. I did adjust, but I think it was the right thing to do. But this major adjustment is going to DACA 0.5. So I started going a lot slower. So here we go. So 6-minute warm up, 8-minute reps. So start at 3:13 actually. Yeah, so this is when I went out too hot. I was feeling it though. I was feeling good. Then 3:18, and I was like starting to suffer. And then so I just dropped off pace a lot. 3:25s. So my extra notes were the rest started at like 4:11, or sorry, yeah, just 4:11, and then dropped to 4:26. Yeah, wasn't that good. But the first rep was great, but again, I went way too hard. And actually, that's probably why I'm paying for it now, because this past week my legs were kind of hurting. Spoilers. For this one, I think I gave this an 8, but mostly because I kind of forget what happened. I remember being like tired for this, but I don't actually remember the workout too well. So we did 3:23, 21, 25, 19, 17, and 18. So I thought this workout was okay, but I think I was like trying like a little bit too hard for this one, if I can like recall. I just remember it being like, oh, it's only 4 minutes. It's not like the 8-minute reps, but like they were still like a little bit too. They just felt too hard or something. Yeah, I don't know. It felt okay. I just put it as an 8 because I thought it was like solid. And then we had our Sunday 2 runs. I did 9K on this run only because I wanted to hit 130, so that we had a 130 week. But yeah, 130K felt really good. So some things that I think I'm learning from this week is that so even if I'm feeling it, probably shouldn't go out super hard. Let's try to be more, what's the word? More patient, less ego. Oh, big things. Speaking of ego, uh, one thing that I really need to learn is to control my ego and by through the rest. I've been taking these rests like super hard, and then it makes my like average for the run go down pretty low, and so it's like I look at like these 10Ks or whatever, and when you look at these 10Ks, it's, let's see if I can do an overview. It's 3:33. Like it's like, oh my gosh, this is like a 35 something minute 10K. And then in the evening, it's like, wow, this is a 30. Oh, this was only 7K. Well, anyways, um, you get the point. If I'm doing like two of these workouts, it's like, wow, I'm doing these 35-minute 10Ks like back to back. Like, look how much faster I'm getting. But um, part of the reason why I'm doing reps of threshold rather than a whole threshold is because it damages the muscle too much. And so I think I'm gonna do my hypothesis on not not running for my rest, and this is gonna make the Strava look worse. But gotta do what you gotta do. It pains me to say it, but we have to have a more ugly Strava. Obviously, I'm half kidding, but I'm half serious. Like I think, not saying I do it for Strava, but I do it for ego. So, um, yeah, this Strava isn't good for people. um, yeah, but it seems like back on that grind, hitting our stride. So I'm super happy. Well, anyways, watch the next video if you want to see how I did in the Ottawa 5K. All right, take care. Have a good one. Peace.